Just look at how nice and clean and immaculate this barbecue is. You could eat off of that. I wouldn't recommend it this soon after being cleaned, but whatever. Oh. Oh dear. I'll just leave that there. And I'll move the taller one around here. It's actually easier to do this without turning. In the previous session of this, I had mentioned the Star Wars Transformers. I had been inspired to go and share a bunch of information and some examples in the Fallen Order Let's Play. Did want to address one part of that. Sorry about that. Okay, so last time I was just remembering off the top of my head, and I mentioned a Darth Vader that turns into a TIE fighter, a Luke Skywalker that turns into an X-Wing fighter, Han Solo that turns into the Millennium Falcon. And two of those were completely right. Exactly the way I remembered. Well, they weren't pitching it as the characters. They were pitching it as, giant mechs made in the images of the vehicle's pilots, which I thought was very silly, but in a good way. On the other hand, one of them was slightly off. I'll check the positioning of this platform. Shout out to Clunk279, who says, the Millennium Falcon actually split in two and transformed into both Han Solo and Chewbacca. It sure did, and it looks hella rad, both in the combined Falcon form and in the separated mechs forms. Nice. So yeah, I thought that was fun. it was shocking to me when I went looking into that, because I remembered there being somewhere like 6 to a dozen of the things. It's a crossover line in a different company's toy line. It was Hasbro's Transformers toys with somebody else's branding on it. So I kind of figured there wasn't a huge amount of that. I was dead wrong. There were at least 3 times as many as I remembered. They had a Transformer for, They had a Transformer for both a generic Clone Trooper and a generic Storm Trooper. I didn't show the Stormtrooper in the video. He turned into an AT-AT, one of the only ground vehicles in the group. I guess it depends on how you define them, since I think somebody turned into a land speeder, but they hover, so I don't know. Oh, that's really like a pit in there. What's the railing that's getting in the way? They had all kinds of characters in there. They had more than one Luke Skywalker because he was so popular. They also had another one where he turned into a snow speeder from Hoth. There was like a deluxe-sized Darth Vader who turned into the Death Star. That was kind of rad. There was one of the Emperor, which turned into like that fancy shuttle he was always flying around in the original movies. But honestly, I thought the robot on that one didn't look a goddamn thing like him. Like, even the fact that it had a red lightsaber was kind of throwing me off, because I was feeling like, if you're doing, like, the Emperor, you don't put a lightsaber in his hand. You put, like, a plastic lightning extension on his hand. That's what everybody remembers. Just looking for yellow spots, don't mind me. Let's see, need to keep cleaning the outside, I guess. This is going to suck. Actually, it already does suck. The prophecy has come true. Let me see here. Oh, yes. Got some suggestions here. Shout out to Justin Jones, who says, maybe for PowerWash Simulator 2, they'll have some Horus Heresy DLC. Places you would not want to clean up in. The Istvan 5 Urgel Depression, just after the traitors finish off the Loyalists. Given that they used virus bombs at the end, I feel like you're probably right. Calth, after the Word Bearers betray the 13th Legion Ultramarines and fuck up the nearby Viridian Star. I don't actually know that one. Anywhere around the Imperial Palace during or after the Siege of Terra, that's fair. Although the Imperial Palace is the size of a continent, so we're going to need to be a bit more specific than that. I mean, not during the siege, just get the fuck off that planet, man, but, And the least desirable place, the Vengeful Spirit at any time and place. And I would certainly have to say that War Master Horus's capital ship would certainly be a bad place to be. Even fucking Chaos Marines don't want to go there. And Derek Floyd replies with this comment saying, cleaning up Nurgle's corruption would require a mixture of soap, concentrated bleach, and psychically enhanced penicillin. I would not be surprised if that actually existed in 40K. And shout out again to Clunk279, who simply says, I would love a PowerWash level of the Fortress of Solitude. Oh, that's a good one. That is a really good one. Cleaning up all the random stuff Superman has gathered over the years. Ditto the Batcave, by the way. Oops. All the weird knickknacks and trophies Batman collects. Like the giant penny or the animatronic T-Rex. You know, the 20-foot tall Joker playing card that was apparently used in some kind of death trap. It's the first time I've gotten a ding on one of the upper deck railings. For a second there, I was like, oh god, what's happening? Is there anything on the back of right there? Because that's going to be annoying, what with the tree in the center being there. And I can't really get around the tree, because if I move the tree, the entire house falls down. Okay, that one's really flush against the tree. I'm assuming there's nothing there. What about over here? Well, I guess it did, but I got that. Mostly by accident. I think I'll just pick off the little bits then. How is that not dirt? Because that is just one of those dots. Oh, is that sort of the same thing? Yeah, that is part of the same thing. In that case, I should get back over here. To me, my scaffolding! Like I'm the fucking Silver Surfer over here. Oh crap, which way is it? It's this way, he said boldly. Oh damn, I was right. It was opposite the stairs and not on the same side as the stairs. This is too far. Let's shuffle over a bit. Is that the same distance? There we go. Okay, that, I feel like I could move the camera. It's a goddamn tripod. It'll leave impressions in the ground. You'll know exactly where to put it when you're back and you come back. There's a whole field over there I can't reach, huh? I would not be surprised if they like put like a fucking 2D Bigfoot sprite somewhere in the level you cannot possibly reach, like around that corner next to the waterfall, like he's having a shower or something. Oh, what did I do last night? I don't remember anything. Why am I covered in mud? I mean, that's actually an amusing start to any fucking story. Bigfoot goes on a bender. Although now I am thinking about fucking Katamari Damacy of all things. Given that the premise for the first one is basically the king of the universe has gone on a wild bender and destroyed all the stars in the sky. Now it is up to you, the prince, to save the universe by making new stars to replace them. Did I turn this? Why is it facing over there? Oh, maybe he's studying the invisible wall phenomenon. I can't even get closer than that. I'll say this, wet rubber shoes lead you to slip all over the fucking place, especially on metal, so these steps are an interesting choice. Keep accidentally cleaning the wall behind. I'm earnestly trying to avoid that, because it won't be as satisfying when I do get to the inside. Oh dear. Down I go. I was reminded on one of the fucking series I did recently, of Condemned Criminal Origins. I just suddenly thought, oh god, please don't let there be a crossover with that. Not just because everywhere you went in that game was such a goddamn rundown disaster, but because, even without any enemies in it, every single one of those places was really fucking creepy. Like they felt designed to make you feel like someone was watching you. At least partially because it's so fucking dark you can never see all of it at once. As I recall, this got worse in the last level, where the bad guy takes away your flashlight and you end up having to light the way with a burning 2x4. Or I did, anyway. Maybe some people don't get the drop on them. Solid story, that one. It's a shame the sequel never came to PC. Well, that's weird. Is that mold? Moss, lichen, and dirt streaks. I guess not. I had to make a thought about the SCP Foundation, though I realize, given all the weird places he's been to do cleaning, Dr. PowerWash himself probably qualifies as a SCP at this point. Yes! I don't mind the dings skipping a bunch of it when it's something as annoying as getting the railings. Wait. What? Oh, the old tree. No, that's not the problem. Alright. Oh, there's a spot. Why am I having trouble? Is it this tree branch above me? No, I don't think it quite reaches that. Is it these bushes, perhaps? Oh, maybe I was getting this camera. I don't know. That seems very low poly, don't you think? This fallen log looks like something out of a fucking... It looks like something out of a 2002 shooter where you're running through the woods, doesn't it? I guess in the 2000, the difference is in this game that from like 2021, that's just an afterthought, and in the shooter from 2002, something that looked like that would be a focal point. Sick, I am too far. I can honestly be standing closer over that thing. What if I just bring it in? Oh yeah, now we're talking. Oh, right up against it. Okay, that's not ideal. Okay, slide it there. Drat. No. Okay, throw that down. Reposition myself. It's casually exerting superhuman strength. No big. Just metahuman things. Where did that fucking come from? That whole trend of sort of semi-ironically responding to stuff with just X things. It's like, oh, this is funny because I'm a millennial, or this is funny because, you know, whatever. As opposed to just things being funny. I don't know. Certain internet trends always rubbed me the wrong way. Mind you, none ever more so than the irony. Sometime in the late 2000s, the internet became an extremely ironic place, to the point where it pretty much wasn't safe to be, like, emotionally honest about anything. Because then you would just get ruthlessly mocked for having an earnest emotion. Really kind of glad we were getting away from that for a while, but, I would not be surprised if there was some backsliding. There's been a lot of backsliding in the world this year. Not exactly a surprise. Oh. I have 3 of these fucking things. I didn't know I owned 3 scaffoldings. Is it scaffold? No, just this equipment on the bottom. Fine. Is the other one this tall? Okay, 2 of these are this tall, 3 levels tall. And one of them is 2. I didn't even fucking notice. That's wild. Maybe next I'll get this the underside of the floor. Oh, right. It's weird and nerd from this angle. There we go. Oh. They're both wood chips, I think. But the ones under the house are of a much lower grade than the ones around it. You know, given that I was thinking with the Star Wars Transformers, and given that the entire premise makes no sense, and it was just for fun, I'm kind of surprised I hadn't seen more franchises do that. And, like, some have. I swear to God, they did a line of Angry Birds Transformers crossovers. And most of that was, like, the joke was it's G1 characters designed like characters from Angry Birds, so it's, you know, Optimus Prime but with a beak. Or it's Starscream with a pig nose. Why am I going up? I can't get there from the other side. Let's just bring the other scaffolding over. You can shift this one over just a touch. I do remember a line of transforming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures, but I don't think that was an actual crossover with Transformers. I think that was, you know, like the branding even. I think that was just them sort of ripping off the idea. That I don't remember nearly as well. I only had one of them. My brother had the one of Shredder turning into one of those drill cars he was always using in the 80s cartoon. And the mole vehicles to escape back to the Technodrome. How can I do this? doesn't help anything. Maybe I'll move this one all the way out of the way, over here next to its brother. Get this shorter one out. See if that helps. Maybe not. Alright. I will just have to figure it out. I'm BurningDogFace, and I will see you on the next episode of... Not how to hit a man, just how to clean a house. Let's clean PowerWash Simulator when we get back to this task and make everything better again. Guess that's when the figuring out will happen. Later!